Okay. Oh, get the mic on. Chair will start. Alrighty. So, new YouTube series. We're gonna jump straight in. This is our How to Athlete series. Pretty much every video, we're just gonna. I don't like how I'm sort of got the head cut off there. Is that a bit better? Is that too far away? I don't even know how to frame this. And there's just stuff everywhere. I think we'll start with that. Is that too far away? I don't really want it looking up. I think I can go, we'll start with this one. Anyway, let's get into it. So, chuck the screen record on. So I'm gonna write it down on, chuck everything down on here. Nice blank canvas to start with, and then I'll put a screen record up and then we'll be able to follow along. So, let's chuck that on, perfect. Okay, so our How to Athlete series, we're gonna, like I said, sort of jump into different things. The reason I'm doing this, I enjoyed when I was working up through the coaching of having visuals. I'm a visual learner, so the coaches that I enjoyed watching, particularly on YouTube, nice long form, bit of detail, not too crazy, snappy and overstimulating, just getting into it. Was coaches who used whiteboards or wrote stuff down on paper and we could show, and it was just a more interactive way to do it. So we're going to try to keep this still pretty concise, and we'll just go from there. So our How to Athlete series, we'll just get a nice title going. Let's go. How to Athlete. It's sort of a fun name of it all. Our first one, we're looking at our periodization block. So we're looking at a sort of a blueprint, an overview, and then we can sort of jump through into each one as recommendations come in, and see how we go. So we're looking at pre-season, off-season, pre-season, in-season, and what we do with the components of fitness, in particular in the gym. That's where we're focusing for this. So we're going to start off with our off-season. Off-season, let's give this a nice bit of color. Okay, so off-season, our main focuses that we're going to cover, we've got hypertrophy, we've got strength, and we've got power. Hopefully the handwriting comes out okay. I think it would. So the way that we structure this is like within each category of off-season, pre-season, in-season, there needs to be a specific focus. There needs to be one thing that you're really focusing on to make the maximum adaptations, and then there can be some supportive elements or supplementation of different components. So in the off-season, we get a red square going. Our main cause for adaptation is we're looking at hypertrophy. So we're looking at building up muscle, building up size, building up frame to then have the foundation to be able to make it strong and make it powerful. So 3 squares, maximum adaptation, that's the goal. Strength is a little bit less, but we want to start to touch on it in the off season just for some corrective stuff, just to start to get things ready. So we're going to go, I should give more space. I'll give more space in the next one down. We're going to go 2 squares. That's a terrible square. Actually, let's start this again. Let's write these last 2, a bit more space. Hypertrophy, strength, power. Perfect. Okay, so we're working strength. We've got another terrible square. 2 squares, so a little bit of tension. It's not quite just maintaining, but we want to start to bring some elements in. Power, we're down only with 1 square. We're not really focusing on it. It brings too much intensity working on power. That's like plyometrics, big fast lifts, that sort of stuff. So not so much now. We'll bring that in a later time. So that's our off-season. Our pre-season is splitting up into, so each of these sections as well, roughly 10 to 12 weeks is a good ballpark. So off-season, 10 to 12 weeks. Our pre-season actually split into 2 blocks. Pre-season number 1. And then we've, once again, I'm just going to copy this over. This is nice and easy. Boom, down there. Same line, make it nice and tidy. Cool, so we've got pre-season 1, we'll color that, we'll go blue. And again, looking at this block system, our hypertrophy is going to take a slight back seat for this one here. I'm going to take these squares back a little bit. We'll work on the visuals as we progress, but this is our first one, so it's fine. Still want to pay a little bit of attention to it because we're still working on building a bit of structure, but we're just going to bring that volume, well, the focus down a little bit more. Our strength is really starting to pick up with this one, so this is where we're going to actually look for adaptation in this phase. So we're going to go up to 3 blocks. Cool. And then our power is going to start to creep in a little bit more for this one. So we're still going to go 1 block for now for phase 1, but just because we have a bigger emphasis on the strength, and you'll see when we go over to phase 2. So we go, wrong color. I hope this is fun to follow along with. Pre-season number 2, and we're going to go still keep this blue just so we can keep the phase. Cool. Okay, so pre-season 2, so again, this is the whole pre-season is 10 to 12 weeks. We can split this depending on the needs. It doesn't need to be a hard fast rule. It could be straight down the middle. You could go 5-5, 6-6, whatever you want to do, but roughly half and half is fine to follow. Don't get crazy with it. Cool, so this is where things start to change a little bit more. So now along that hypertrophy line, I'm just going to draw a line down here just so we can see the difference. Beep. Okay, so we're going now, hypertrophy is 1 block. We're not really looking to make much adaptation on hypertrophy at this stage now because, as we'll see in the next video, when we're looking at sprinting, speed, anaerobic capacity, these really high intensity elements, we don't really want to be breaking down the muscle in the gym as well. We want to be careful around that intensity, so, and the demand on the muscle. So hypertrophy, we're going down to 1 block. Our strength, a little piece of paper here, we're going to go 2 blocks. Boom, boom. So this is now 1 slight back from the phase before, and you'll see why, because now we're in this phase, we really want to be hammering this adaptation of power. This is when we're really going to be wanting to make those changes, get nice and explosive, nice and powerful. I didn't even color this up. And ready to rock and roll. Come game 1, we want to be tip top. So you can sort of see, I'll drop down the off-season, the in-season soon, but you can see how we work from the off-season. I'll change the color to green. So over in this space here, hypertrophy, we're looking to build the frame. So build up your structures, build up the capacity to hold muscle and hold that strength. It's your framework with a little bit of attention on strength there, and then not much power. And then we transition down into our pre-seasons. Hypertrophy starts to take a back seat. We now build up the strength. So we've made some good big muscles. Now we need to make it strong. That's the goal, is to make it strong during this phase, and then midway through we start to transition over to now making it powerful. You can sort of see where we're going with this. So hopefully by the time the season starts, we have made muscle gain, we have made it strong, and now we've made it powerful and ready to go. Sweet. So really quick, getting into now the in season. Nice underline, oh, underline there, perfect. And we're gonna go green because we go in season. Here we're really looking just to maintain a lot of what we've done. So let's jot this down over here. Cool. Okay, so in season, hypertrophy goes to 1 square. Just again, we're just looking to maintain. We don't want to be building muscle during the season. Again, it's just too much tolerance. It's just too much load that we're going to be fighting just with the games and that. So strength, we're now looking to just maintain strength and power. We don't want to be going crazy with it. We don't want to be striving for adaptation. We just want to maintain what we've built in the pre-season. So 2 squares there, 2 squares there. And that's pretty much it. Yay, there's my picture. So you can see a nice transition here. I hope this gives a nice outline of when you can sort of look at paying attention and focusing on each element. Just to give you an idea, and if we want, we can jump into specific things. So I can make some videos on the off season, jumping into hypertrophy, strength, power, aerobic, anaerobic speed, acceleration, top speed, how we build those in the off season versus the pre-season versus in season. We can sort of throw around some different ideas, but this is the format I want to follow. So if you're the one person that's watching this, give it a thumbs up and jot down an idea. Whatever the first comment is, I'm pretty keen to just make this community driven, as to see who wants what, and this is how I like to learn. I like to sort of experience coaches in this format, and so I thought I'd replicate it as well back. So hopefully inspire some coaches to get nice and detail orientated, and hopefully inspire some athletes to be empowered to focus on the right areas of training at the right point of the year. So yeah, hope you enjoy this little spiel, and yeah, we'll go on to the next one.